Have you ever read something ancient and wondered if you were truly grasping its original intent, or if something was getting lost in translation through time? It is a fascinating challenge, bridging the gap between centuries and cultures. Yes, absolutely. Historical context can profoundly reveal new scriptural meanings. By understanding the world in which sacred texts were written, we can uncover layers of meaning that might otherwise be hidden, often leading to interpretations that are far more inclusive and affirming than traditional readings suggest. The reason historical context is so vital is that scriptures were not written in a vacuum. They emerged from specific cultures, languages, and worldviews that are vastly different from our own modern sensibilities. Imagine trying to understand a 21st century internet meme without knowing anything about current popular culture. It would be nearly impossible. Similarly, ancient texts contain idioms, social norms, legal codes, and philosophical assumptions unique to their time. What a word meant to a first-century audience, or the social dynamic it described, can be entirely different from our contemporary understanding. And often, passages used to condemn LGBTQ+ people were actually addressing entirely different issues like cultic prostitution or exploitative power imbalances. To begin exploring this, you can start by consulting academic resources that delve into the ancient Near East or Greco-Roman worlds, depending on the scripture in question. Look for studies on the original language terms, archaeological findings, and the social history of the communities involved. Consider the literary genre of the text you are reading, as a poem is interpreted differently than a legal code. This method encourages you to approach the text with an open mind, seeking to understand its original audience and purpose. This process is often described as moving from eisegesis to exegesis. Eisegesis is when we read our own modern biases and assumptions into a text, which can lead to misinterpretations. Exegesis, on the other hand, is the careful, critical explanation or interpretation of a text, especially of scripture, based on an objective analysis. By engaging in exegesis through historical context, we are not changing the scripture itself, but rather striving to understand what it authentically communicated to those who first heard it, which can be a deeply honest and liberating experience. Ultimately, embracing a historical contextual approach allows you to move beyond inherited interpretations that may no longer serve you, especially if they cause harm or conflict with your authentic identity. It empowers you to build a spiritual path rooted in a deeper, more accurate understanding of sacred texts, fostering reconciliation between your faith and your identity, and leading to a more genuine and fulfilling spiritual life.
If this speaks to your spirit, like, subscribe, and keep growing in faith with us.